So yesterday, Arsenal against Brighton. What a joke. Arsenal, after having lost to Crystal Palace 3-0 in a game that everybody potentially thought we were going to win. And yesterday we hosted Brighton. Oh dear. Oh dear. Shocking display. Who turned up for that game in Arsenal's team? Ramsdale, maybe? The rest of it was absolute dross. And it just shows the indictment of this manager, that Tavares on Monday night, who didn't have a great game, was dropped, and Xhaka, the illustrious Xhaka, was put in his place. So what does that say to Tavares? Basically, Arteta thinks you're crap. Now, he's not a great player. I think he's lacking confidence, but it was just a terrible, terrible display. And I honestly feel so sorry for the paying fans that went to watch that absolute rubbish. Del Boy from Ireland must have cost him hundreds of pounds to travel from Dublin to watch that absolute crap. And let's look at what's happened to Lacazette. Lacazette under Unai Emery scored 32 goals in Emery's first season. What's happened to that man? I just don't get it. The guy looks totally and absolutely lost to me. He really does. And he has no contribution to the team whatsoever. So why start him? I'd rather have seen Pepe start in that position. Give Lacazette a rest, because something is seriously, seriously wrong. Now, we all know strikers over, history of any football team can go out of form, but a striker to be out of form for a whole season, a striker that has only scored one outfield goal all season, says something very, very wrong to me. So what can we do about that? Well, I say bench him. Give him some time out. Now, let's get on to the fact of that midfield yesterday. Did we have a midfield? I didn't see one. It was absolutely bloody abysmal. And our defence, well, what was Xhaka doing to track his player for that first goal? Because Xhaka was doing Xhaka stuff, the usual stuff. Ben White, one great tackle the whole game. And we paid Brighton 50 million odd quid for that guy. And it disgusts me that he high fives his own ex-players. What is that about? Don't do it on the pitch, mate. I know you're friends with these people. You've played with them for a few years. Don't do it on the pitch. Do it in the tunnel, or, go to their changing room and say hello, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That is such disrespect for this football club. And let's get it right. You are now playing for Arsenal Football Club. You're not playing for Brighton anymore. You've moved on to a bigger club. Something that I've been talking about in my first two streams, and the next one next week will be when Arsenal turn professional. It is an embarrassing situation that Arsenal are in this position. And this manager, what is he doing at this club? Now, I see so many people. Oh, well, we've got injuries. We've got Tierney out, Partey out, all this. Tomiyasu's out. Right, well, okay, Arteta, you got rid of players, 6 players in the January transfer window, and you got rid of the best striker we had because you fell out of him. Now, we know that Aubameyang has had disciplinary issues at Dortmund, But when you're in this situation, when you are trying to make improvement to the team and get your proposed fourth place, and we're now in a position where we're fighting for that fourth place. Now, people have said that I didn't want Arsenal to get fourth place. That is total and absolute bullshit. I always want Arsenal to win, but I want Arsenal to be challenging for not fourth. I want Arsenal to be challenging for first. I want Arsenal to be challenging Manchester City and Liverpool and Chelsea. Teams that we used to challenge against years ago were Man United. Now, Man United at the moment are in the doldrums like Arsenal. But I don't have any faith in Arteta getting us to where we need to be. And I've said it from day one. I didn't want him before he became Arsenal manager, and he's proven us all right. Those of us that are saying he's not the man for the job, well, Arteta, you are showing it. It's not personal. I don't know you, but you're not the man for the job. You do not have the experience and knowledge to be a top level manager of a big club like Arsenal. And let's get it right, people. Let's remember that Arsenal are a very, very big club. Yeah, third biggest club in England at this point. That could easily change as the way things are going, because what we're seeing is Chelsea are rapidly catching us up. And let's look at Chelsea. Chelsea have won more European trophies than Arsenal. Now, Arsenal have never been a great team in Europe. We know that. So we need to change that. We've been to one Champions League final. And the last European final we went to, we got done by Chelsea. So we need to change all this. So we need to bring in somebody that can do this. Now, to my mind, Allegri, Simeone would kick Arsenal into a proper position, because at this point in time, we need massive change. And everybody's saying, oh, well, Arsenal get fourth. Arsenal get fourth. I will attract all the top players. Will we? Will we really? Because with this manager and his arrogant attitude to players and his petulance of, if you don't like what I'm saying, you can do one. I don't think so. And I see people, people saying, oh, Haaland will come to Arsenal because of Odegaard. Are you having a laugh? Are you really having a fucking laugh? Haaland is never, ever going to come to Arsenal. Not in a cat in hell's chance. That guy has ambitions, and this club right now has no bloody ambition. And it's an absolute disgrace. I'm sorry, but this current team and the performances are probably some of the worst in my history of following Arsenal for 53 bloody years. Now, I've seen Arsenal play some absolute dross. Probably one of the worst seasons I remember was 75-76. Bertie Mee, an Arsenal manager that had won us our first European trophy, the Fairs Cup, 69, and won our first double in 70-71 when we beat Liverpool 2-1. And then the following season came second to Liverpool at the start of their fantastic run. 75-76 was the year that David O'Leary, an Arsenal absolute icon, legend of a player, made his debut. And in that season, we had players like Frank Stapleton, Liam Brady. Now, Liam Brady, in my book, was one of the most artistic midfielders I have ever seen outside of Bergkamp. Awesome player. Now, we still had players in that team, players, strikers like John Radford, absolutely unbelievable player, great service for Arsenal. But the team was getting older in some of the players. But the difference is they were still playing for the badge. They still wanted to win. They still wanted to strive. But unfortunately, the team didn't have the ability at that point because of some of the players were coming to their end. And unfortunately, that season was the end for Bertie Mee. And next season, in comes Terry Neal. Now, a lot of people say Terry Neal was a poor manager. Well, it got us to 3 cup finals. Okay, we only won one of them, but one of the most iconic cup finals I've ever been to in my life, when we beat Man United 3-2. Yeah, we lost to Ipswich, but out of that we got Brian Talbot, excellent player, awesome player, and then we lost, also to West Ham. Terrible that day, that performance against West Ham, awful. But I put all of this blame of this absolute lacklustre performances against Crystal Palace, against Brighton and Hove Albion yesterday. Now, I can remember the first game I ever went to see of Brighton and Hove Albion when they got promoted to Div 1. And I went, it was the first game of the season away at the old Goldstone ground in Brighton, and we'd done them 5-0. Now, that season, we had a score aggregate of 13-0 against Brighton in League and FA Cup games. Basically, now we struggle against that team. But why do we struggle? Because they have a manager that has a game structure, he has a football philosophy, and he has a team, not a great team. Basuma, I would take him all day long. But this guy has the ability to get his team up and running. And they came out and absolutely bullied Arsenal yesterday. Shocking. I saw no character, no ambition, no passion, no fight at all. And it is, honestly, it is so upsetting to see my Arsenal Football Club get to this level. And yet we still have the supposed big people in various YouTube channels supporting this absolute fraud of a manager. He's a joke. And until people realise it, then we are stuck with him. And unfortunately, it could be very, very late in the day. Because if this guy stays and we end up in 6th, 5th, there's going to be loads of people saying, well, actually, it's the improvement. It's a process. We've progressed. To what? What have we progressed to? We haven't progressed to absolutely anything. And it's absolutely bloody shocking. So times have got to change. And this guy has got to go. As a great legend once said, Claude, it's time to go. Seriously. Because if this guy is still with Arsenal next season, and if he's given a massive cash cow of money, who would he buy? Excuse me. A load of junk again, because let's be fair, spending 50 million bloody quid on Ben White, yeah, Brighton must have been laughing all the way to the bank, because that guy is a waste of time. Seriously, what can he do? He's good at passing the ball. Is he that good? I don't think so. And If Arsenal fluke the 4th place and we get into Europe, God help us. Seriously, because Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Man City are going to be looking for new players. And they have Ten Hag going to Man United, proven manager. Pep Guardiola, Man City, very proven manager. Yeah. These clubs are going to attract the players because players want to achieve. Like, do you remember the classic time when we had Van Peezen? And then when he spoke to Arsene Wenger about renewing his contract, he decided he wanted to go because, in his words, Arsenal weren't ambitious enough. So he buggered off to Man United. Alexis Sanchez, probably the only player at that time at Arsenal that was world class. Arsenal weren't ambitious enough. Went off to Man United. Didn't work out for him, but I think that may be down to Jose Mourinho at the time. But people, it's got to change. It's seriously got to change. And all the time we have a fan base that is broken, and it is broken. It is seriously broken. This is nothing like the fan base that I grew up with. Now, I know times have changed and, you know, things move on, but we have a fan base that are so deluded and some that still have the belief. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, the ones that believe are probably 50 plus, my age, 60. The youngsters, not their fault. They've been brought up with non-achievement. They've been brought up with the Wenger era. They've been brought up with accepting mediocrity. 4th place is a trophy because that is what they've been told. Getting in 4th place, getting into Europe, getting in the Champions League, getting out of the group stage of the Champions League, getting into the quarterfinals, getting to the semis and raped by Bayern Munich. Teams of that ilk, teams that want to achieve, teams that have an ability that Arsenal don't. And we need to change this seriously, because this is not the Arsenal that I will be describing in the next series of how Arsenal developed. The show I did yesterday showed what Arsenal wanted to achieve in only 3 years. They had ambition. They wanted to make it bigger. They wanted to get into professional football, but you know, it happened because people wanted to see better. What are we doing now? We've knocked down the best home ground in my book, because I grew up there, that I've ever been to. And I've been to many, many grounds around England. And we've gone to a soulless stadium that is full of people that just go for a match day. That was never, ever the occasion. Now, times have changed and people want to go there because they want to see Arsenal. They want the day out. And yeah, I get it. You know, I understand that. But the fact is, the love and the feeling and the honesty and the hope has drained away. And we need to get it back. We seriously need to get this back, because until that gets back, we're going absolutely nowhere. Because Arteta, I've said it, is a cancer in this club, as is Vinay, and Edu. All the time we have these absolute arseholes in this club, we are in deep, deep doo-doo. Seriously. And I can see you guys in the chat, you know, it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I honestly never ever thought I'd see Arsenal Football Club in this position. Now, I know that Arsenal have been through the doldrums over many occasions. But let's get it right, people. 18 years is coming up. Arsenal have never, ever gone 18 years, over 18 years, without winning a league championship. And Arteta is about to break that record. Another great record, Arteta. Well done to you. Nice one. Thank you very much. Now, you know, I've seen people say, oh, Jez, you hate Arteta, yeah, la, la. No, I don't hate him. It's just that I don't believe he's the right man for the job. He does not have the experience. If he had been at Man City with Pep Guardiola and he had gone to, let's say, a championship club, earned his trade and achieved something, then fair play. And we can move on. I don't actually ever like seeing ex-players become managers of clubs. I see a lot of people saying, oh, we want Vieira, we want Vieira, we want Vieira. Do I want Vieira as our manager? Looking at what he's done at Crystal Palace, I'd have to change my tune and say, yes, but I would never, ever want to see that guy fail. And managing Arsenal Football Club is a lot different to managing Crystal Palace. No disrespect to Crystal Palace at all. They've done us, and well done to them. But Arsenal Football Club is a massive football club. Third biggest in England and has a massive international support. So we need to have a proper manager. And, you know, I see people saying about the squad, well, it's Arteta's squad. Oh, well, we've got this youth project. And what's it done? What seriously has it done? Because I see nothing. I've seen great things from Martinelli in a few games, and then he dies away. ESR yesterday was shocking. Saka, shocking. Odegaard is so in and out. You know, I've rated that guy. When we had him on loan last season, I thought, what a waste of bloody space. And then this season, I've been giving him the utmost praise because I've always said I will always support every single player. And that guy, in my book, has proved me wrong this season. The goal he scored yesterday from a deflection was a great goal. Fair play, well done, nice one. Ramsdale, when he came in, I was the first to say, I don't want this guy. He looks like a load of crap. Look at his track record. But he's totally proves me wrong. And I think he's done fantastic for us. Honestly do. Yesterday, I didn't think he played great because I think his distribution was a bit poor. But I'll always say it, you know, if a player gives it their 100%, I'll support them. And I've done it with many, many players that have been absolutely pony. I can assure you. Shamak, when Arsene Wenger signed Shamak, I thought, you know, the reports of this player, this guy's going to be quality. No. Absolute rubbish. And, you know, I'm a lifelong Arsenal fan. All I want to see is Arsenal is success. Now we all know that Arsenal at times go through the ups and downs. Every club does. But yesterday was shocking. Shocking. Second worst display I've seen this season outside of the Nottingham Forest game. That was a disgrace. I don't think the whole team turned up. I think we played with 7 players that day. It was disgusting. And the fact that Arsenal have got to this point is awful. I just don't get it. I mean, it's that display yesterday, in my book, was worse than the Palace loss. Now, I know going to Palace is never an easy day out. The Palace fans are relentless. They never shut up. And it's a tough place to go and play. It's a close-knit stadium. It's an old stadium. And the fans, it's a bit like Goodison Park. It's a bit like how Highbury was. Now, Highbury is a full stadium with a full crowd there. The players were right on almost the pitch. Hence the reason that when Arsene Wenger got Arsenal into the Champions League the first season, they couldn't play there because the UEFA said the pitch was too small, which it was. But the atmosphere at Highbury was 20 times more better than at the Emirates. The Emirates, to me, is an absolute soulless stadium. I don't like going there, and I don't go there often anymore because it hurts me personally to see what they did to Highbury. But we move on. The fact is, what do we do? What's going to change? What is actually going to change at Arsenal? Because all the time, people go on about, oh, the Kroenkes, the Kroenkes, the Kroenkes, the Kroenkes. Is it the Kroenkes? The Kroenkes released money through the board of directors at Arsenal to give Arteta £250 million. It's his money with Edu that buy the players. So are these two actually any good at buying players? I don't think so. I really don't think so, because I don't actually know what Edu does as a job. Last summer transfer window, was he actually looking around, ringing up scouts, ringing up agents and saying, we're interested in this player, we want to buy him, how much do you want for him? Now, doing business is not that hard. I used to run my own business. I ran quite a successful business. And if I wanted to get a deal done, you pick the phone up and you say to Joe Bloggs, right, mate, I want to do this deal with you. How much do you fucking want for it? Yeah, okay, well, yeah, let's talk about it. And yeah, right, okay. I'll buy that one for that and I'll buy that one for that. Right, nice one, mate. Cheers, bud. Right. Not hard. It's not hard. If you really want something, you go and buy it. If you want to go and buy a Ferrari, and you walked into a Ferrari garage, excuse me, and you said, I want to buy that Ferrari, and the salesman said, yeah, it's 250 grand. Oh, I'll offer you 200. The guy's going to laugh at you. He's going to say, it's 250 grand, mate. No negotiation. If you want it, you can buy it. You do it. So Arsenal Football Club like to piss about and like, oh, well, the classic, you know, the classic signings Arsenal try to pull off, and they offer silly bids and they get laughed at. If you want it, Edu or Arteta, Arsenal have got money. Let's get it right. We have money. We're not a skint club like everybody makes it out. Let's, you know, the Wenger days, everybody talks about, oh, he had to sell players because of the stadium debt. Bullshit. Bullshit. That was never the case. Arsenal had the money. It was the Arsene Wenger way of going about things. He sold the Invincibles because he had something in his head, and I'll never understand it. So if you want to go and buy a player, buy him. Don't piss about. Yeah, we didn't piss about buying Ben White. Brighton said they wanted 52 million and they bought him. So what was that about? Yeah. Now, if Arsenal wanted to go and buy Haaland, and they'd have to pay, I don't know, whatever his value is. Let's say 150 million. Arsenal don't play in that league. They don't, because they don't want to spend that sort of money. They'd rather spend 50 million on two players that aren't world class. Arsenal now need world class players, people, because otherwise we are dead and buried. And with this manager, with his poor structure, his lack of game play, I still don't know to this day what his game structure is. I just don't get it. I certainly don't. I don't understand it. I've never seen it. And this guy seriously needs to do one. Now, what is behind the scenes at Arsenal currently in the management structure? Vinay, Garlic Head, in my opinion, and Edu. What are they actually achieving for this club? I see nothing. I see nothing coming out of the Kroenkes. When Josh, let's get it right, last season, I'm going to interact with the fans. Well, I've seen one video at the start of the season, and that's it. So what's that tell you? Not a lot, because they don't care. They're not interested. Arsenal is a cash cow. All they want is a franchise. Look at the amount of merchandise Arsenal have dropped this season. It's shocking. Yeah, all the people that keep moaning about the Kroenkes, go and buy it. I haven't bought any Arsenal merch now for 2.5 years, and I won't. I refuse to, because I will give the minimum I can to Arsenal Football Club until major things change. It's an absolute disgrace. Look at this squad. Everybody's moaning about this squad. Oh, well, we've got injuries. It's thin. Well, why? Because we've got rid of players. We got Guendouzi out on loan. Saliba played 45 minutes for this club against Milton Keynes Dons in the pre-season friendly, and he's bigging it up out in France. So what's wrong with this manager? Can't he see that? Or is it just he has such an absolute abject nonsense brain that he cannot see what is in front of him? It's shocking. It's despicable. The man needs to go, and he needs to go at the end of this season. No point in getting rid of him now, because at the moment, let's just see what he can achieve. No point in sacking him now. It's too late. So if he achieves top 4, and I doubt it will happen, looking at the games we've got, right? Looking at how Tottenham have now hit a little bit of a, got a little bit of a kick on, and they're now moving forward. We've got to go and play them away, and we don't play well down their ground. So, everybody's, oh yeah, well, we've got Southampton. Yeah, that's not an easy trip. We've proved that. They kicked us out of the FA Cup last year. We didn't do well against Southampton. So let's not big that one up. Man United at home. Right? All right, they are pretty pony. Let's get it right. They are pony. So I would think we could possibly get a result there. But we got Chelsea away, West Ham away. Not easy games. Going to Chelsea all day long. It's never an easy away day. Beat not hundreds, but I've been loads of them. And with this current team, with the players we've lost, can't see it myself. And then we've got the other one. I've forgotten. Oh, Newcastle. Newcastle home. Well, honestly, I think we get a result there. Newcastle, right, they're doing well. They're doing very well. I'm glad to see that. Because I've got utmost respect for it. I love Newcastle. It's an amazing place to go and see football. Honestly, it's a great day out, great night out. So, is it, Jack? Is it away? Newcastle away? Is it? He might be right. Well, at the moment, Newcastle away, I wouldn't take that one as an easy day out, because they're playing bloody well, and fair play to them. So, so we're away to Newcastle. Oh, dear me. So that's another one we might be able to write off. So everybody's saying, well, yeah, we're going to get fourth place. We're in fifth at the moment, 3 points behind, and we've got a game in hand. Game in hand, Chelsea, nice one. Yeah, lovely. So I'm not seeing it myself. 2 games that we could have actually cemented fourth place to get into Europe potentially and achieve nothing with this squad, unless there was serious, and I mean serious, investment. We would have been absolutely embarrassed, seriously. And okay, people. So I see something now. The narrative now is, we'll get the European Conference League. How bloody embarrassing is that for Arsenal Football Club to fall into that position? Seriously? Arsenal Football Club in the European Conference League. So, well, we might as well then just say, stuff this, we'll go and play in the Conference League anyway. Actually, we'd probably win that. So, nice to see Del Boy here, mate. Nice one, Del Boy. Loved your vlogs. And it is absolutely madness. I just don't get this anymore. What has happened to Arsenal? I mean, that game yesterday, the point of this discussion today was, it was embarrassing. As I said earlier, people like Del Boy travel from Dublin, must have cost him hundreds of bleeding pounds, match day ticket, food, drink, and all that. It's so sad, and it saddens me to the point that I hate saying this. I can't be asked anymore, because, all right, I was lucky as a kid, as a 20-year-old. I lived right opposite the stadium, so I could literally walk across the road and there was the East Stand. But now for me, going up to Arsenal, it's 250, 270 quid day out. And that's a lot of money to go and watch a pile of shit, to be honest. And I don't want to go and watch a pile of shit. I went down to Brighton away this year in the freezing cold, bloody rain, got absolutely soaked to the skin for a draw. I've been to a couple of other away games this season, and I love away games because I love the atmosphere. And I don't like the Emirates. I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. It's soulless to me, but that's because of the ground that I was brought up with in Highbury. But I can't be dealing with it. Seriously. I mean, yes, watching that yesterday on TV was painful. Seriously painful. And there are so many more lifelong Arsenal fans out there, of 50, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, guys that I went to football games with as a kid are in their 80s now, won't go anymore. It's not because they can't. it's just awful. It's sad. It honestly saddens me. And yet you see all this absolute bullshit from people saying it's a process. Oh, we're going to progress. Oh, it's a new way. It's the way forward. Well, how long for? How long is this process going to take? Is it going to take another 20 years? Well, I hope not. I'll probably be dead by then. Now, I'd like to hope that in my lifetime, I'd see Arsenal winning 4 league championships. I'm not going to big it up and say win the Champions League, because let's be fair, Arsenal are pretty crap in Europe. We always have been. We've never done well. But I'd like to see us win a few more league titles. I'd like to see us challenge, at least give it a go. I mean, people slag me off, Lee and Kenny, for saying, oh, well, you know, you slag off Arteta. Well, quite rightly, because the guy's done shit. Eighth out of all competitions this season by January. Nice one, mate. That's great work, isn't it? That's real bloody progress, isn't it? You've really done something for the club. You've got rid of our only proper striker because you pissed him off through whatever reasons. And now we're with a striker that tangles his feet, spends more time on the pitch moaning with the referee than actually do anything. Excuse me. Martinelli, great potential. Absolutely love that guy. Absolutely. You can't rely on kids. You can't do it. They need somebody with them to support them. Look at Martinelli when he played with Aubameyang. Scored goals. Quite a few. Players regress if you overplay them. And this is what this manager has done for far too long. He, to me, is clueless. I'm disappointed. I never wanted him. And he's going to take this club. If he stays, honestly, people, if he stays, he is going to take us further and further into decline. And thank you all for watching. I was only going to do a short stream, but thanks all for watching. Please sub and subscribe. Sub and subscribe. Please give a like and sub. It's been an entertaining one, this one. I'm going to drop another Arsenal history one, probably Wednesday, maybe, something like that. And that is when Arsenal become professional. Last night's stream, I wasn't really happy about it. It was, I thought it was not great. But thank you all, everyone. And I've done this one tonight to actually move it about. I did say I was going to do different stuff. And I hopefully, when I get used to doing this, I'm going to get people on. I don't know how to do it yet, to be honest, so I won't lie. But I want to get, I don't want to get just like known people on. I want to get people I don't know. Now that's a risk because you could be getting a complete idiot on. But I want to get people out of the chat that are on here now to come on and have their say if they want to. Get their opinions. I will get on Lee, Kenny, Diesel, Gracie May, and big up Gracie May. Go and subscribe to her channel. If you haven't subscribed to Gracie May, go and subscribe to her. Wonderful young lady. Without her, I wouldn't have this channel. Let's get it right. So I'm going to get all kinds of things on. And yeah, the main purpose of the channel was about Arsenal history. But I'm going to mix it up a bit. So I do want to get people on to get your experiences of Arsenal, your loves, your hates, whatever your match day experiences, whatever you want to talk about. So we're going to do that. And so it's going to be exciting. It's a new journey for me. I'm not an expert at this, so you've got to bear with me for the time being, but I'll get there. And thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy it. And it's been a bit of a rant, but there you go. Big up, everyone.